Welcome to episode 19 of the NASCAR Hotspot podcast. I'm host Troy, joined by Chris, Caden, and Nick. And this week we have a special guest, driver of the 24 Chevrolet Silverado, Raphael Lessard.
How are you guys?
Yeah.
We're good.
Yeah, we're good. How are you?
Yeah, we're good.
I'm good too.
So we're going to have a lot of questions. I don't know about a lot, but I don't know. We're going to have a good amount of questions for Raphael here, and he's going to tell us a lot about himself. So who's first?
I'm good with whatever order we want to go in.
Oh, yeah, Chris.
I'll start.
Chris
All right. So, sorry, I can't do camera. I'm all laid up because I got surgery last week. So the first question I have is, what was the big factor growing up that got you into auto racing? Was it watching NASCAR or another sport of some kind?
I would say what got me into racing is mostly my dad, my family. My dad was racing just for fun. He raced his whole life. Actually, every summer we'll go out to the racetrack and watch people race, watch him race. My uncle used to race, so it's a family thing. My dad owned a trucking company, and I was always around the big trucks, driving with my dad. Started driving those at 9 years old in the yard by myself. So it just was part of who I was, driving whatever I could put my hands on, like snowmobile, four-wheeler, cars, whatever I could that would go fast.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, that's a great thing that you mentioned, snowmobiles and other smaller off-roading vehicles like that. So then another one I wanted to ask was, seeing that you're from a small town in Canada, what message does it send to kids out in those small towns and rural areas, showing that someone young like yourself can get up to the bigger ranks of auto racing these days?
I mean, you just gotta believe in yourself. If you believe in it, I feel like you can achieve it. You just gotta push really hard, surround yourself by good people, and racing is a expensive sport, so you gotta have the partners and the people around you that are willing to help you move up to those ranks. I'm lucky enough that the last few years I've had some good people around me, like Kanak, and group of investors that have believed in me since the beginning. My parents done a lot for me, so it's always been really cool coming, especially being one of the only French Canadian from Quebec that is in the NASCAR right now. So it's cool, and it's different, that's for sure. I haven't grew up like the people I race against, like Harrison Burton. They all grew up here, and they always been in a racing family. Their dad's been driving in NASCAR forever. Same thing with Todd Gilliland. So it's a little bit different coming from Quebec, actually, coming from Quebec, where the most popular sport is usually hockey.
Yeah, we got Nick and Caden. They're both from Canada, and I'm from Michigan, so we definitely understand the hockey first mentality of sports up here. So I'll save my last one, and then Troy, yours actually is really good for what he mentioned about Harrison and Gilliland in terms of the younger guys.
Do you have any like friends on track that like you trust a lot to like race you clean and race you with respect, pretty much all the time whenever you're with them?
It's hard to tell because we're all going for it as long as we can. And I would say my teammate, obviously Sheldon Creed is a champion, and he's actually a really good guy. He's one of those guys that is always wide open. So I'm not sure if I'm in his way, he's probably gonna move me if he has to. But that's right. I'll do the same. You always you don't want to wreck nobody, but if you gotta make your way up through there and you gotta move someone, it's part of racing. Rubbing is racing. So there's always people that you trust more because you know they have experience and they have your respect. But I would say mostly like teammates, you always don't want to hurt your teammate anywhere you go. You always want to make sure you don't destroy your teammates day. But it happens. It can happen, and I would say you as a driver, the first thing you want to do is win and be faster than the guy in front of you and pass the guy in front of you. So sometimes it can get eaten up, but it's part of racing.
Yeah. So I have another question. Is there like a big difference in like maybe like being on track or like the environment on track from racing in Canada to racing in America?
Yes and no. I would say it's pretty much the same thing. I think because in Canada, the people that are in the stand watching, they're racing fans and they love racing. And in America is the same thing. In the US is the people that are there, it's because they love the sport. So I would say it's usually the same thing, but obviously racing is bigger down in United States than it is in Canada. And there's more people in United States. So I would say it's once you see it and you know how big it is in the United States, it's pretty cool to see because sometimes you think I thought growing up that racing was really big in Canada, but when I came down here, I realized that there's something else down here. It's a lot of fun. I mean, you especially in North Carolina where I'm living now in Morrisville, it's all about racing here. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's really cool.
We all know the 2021 season is insane for both Truck, Xfinity, and Cup. So which race do you have circled as a race that you think is going to be a threat that you think you can win?
Hopefully all of them. But I mean, it's always you always want to be out front every race. I would say mostly the new racetrack we're going at. I think a lot of it puts everyone on the same spots. Everybody is equal because it's all new for everybody. So I mean that's always where I want to shine, and I think I can do really good because even the guys that have ton of experience, some of them have never been to those places. So it's always those places that I would like to be really good at. But mostly, if I look at short track, I love Bristol. Bristol has always been one of my favorite. Martinsville wasn't my favorite at all, but last year I almost won the thing. So it became one of my kind of favorite place. Not favorite, but one of the plays that I like, and I think I'm gonna enjoy this year. Road course, Daytona road course was one of the one that I circled in my calendar, but it didn't go as planned at the end of the race, obviously. But we showed a lot of speed. That's important. Watkins Glen is going to be, I think, awesome. COTA, Circuit of America, is going to be a place where it should be very fast and a very tricky place. And beside that, the dirt is going to be pretty awesome. I'm excited for that because nobody knows what to expect, especially at Bristol. But there's a lot of places that I think we're going to perform well. We obviously want to perform well everywhere. Darlington was my first time last year there, and I felt like I learned a lot and I had good speed. And going back there, I think we should be even faster with GMS. So that should be exciting.
Nick, do you want me to say the dirt question, or are you going to do that one?
You can go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, you can do it.
So with the addition of Bristol Dirt and Knoxville to the schedule and the removal of Eldora, what are your opinions on that? And do you think you can win that?
I mean, I don't have that much experience on dirt. GMS got us some lap at what was the name of the place?
Knoxville?
Well, at a dirt track in North Carolina. They made us run some. It's kind of the UMP modified, but with crate engine, so it's slower. But it got us some good seat time. That was a lot of fun. So I'm not sure what to expect going there, but I'm sure maybe driving in the snow my whole life, it might help me for that dirt race. But we're just gonna go out there with no expectation and try to do our best. And I'm sure my teammate Sheldon Creed is gonna be really, really good. He's got some experience with those trophy trucks and all that stuff. He's got a micro sprint that he runs on dirt, so he should be a one to watch, that's for sure, and one to learn from. But I'll just do my best, and I'm sure we'll be able to be out front at some point.
Obviously, before we were talking about being from Quebec, being from Canada, you don't see many Canadians in NASCAR. I just wanted to know what it's like being able to represent a whole country like that.
It's been really cool. I mean, I try to do my best to represent Canada as well as possible. But I also don't want to be known as the Canadian. I want to be known as a good race car driver and one that can compete for wins every weekend. It's just that's my goal. But it's also it's been kind of hard for us because of the money exchange. It's been it's Canadian money is not worth as much right now as United States, so it's been tough for my partners and all the people that helped me in my career. But I'm glad I can represent Canada as well as I can, and just hopefully we can one day bring a championship back to Canada.
Also, I was wondering just about the switch from Toyota to Chevrolet, because obviously switch teams, switch manufacturers. How smooth has that transition been so far?
It's been good. I mean, I've been really excited. GMS been really great to me so far. They're like a big family. I feel like the Chevy Silverado last year were really good. They're on a good momentum, and this year, the first two races, we had the speed to run up front. We had the speed to win. It just came up short sometime. Got caught up at Daytona Super Speedway in a wreck, and then the road course, someone spun out and hit me in the left rear, and then it cut my left rear tire twice. It hurt us, but with the speed we showed during the first two stage of each race, we're seventh in the championship. So it's really good, and it's been the most fun and the most benefits for me has been to work with Josh Wise in the driver edge development program, with the drivers like Sheldon and everybody in the GMS program are all working with Josh Wise, and there's Cup driver that work with him, and he's been a huge help working on my driving and all getting used to new stuff, spending a lot of time on the sim, going to karting every week. That's been a huge help, and I'm just really excited to be part of that and seeing some good. Hopefully, we can do even better and better as the season goes on.
Oh yeah. All right. So my last one that I have at the moment, I don't know if anyone else will have any afterwards. It's similar to Nick's, and you mentioned it about being with GMS this year. What's your biggest takeaway from switching from KBM to GMS?
I mean, KBM is one of the top team in the truck series. GMS is the same way. They're both really great team, and they all build their own chassis. They build their own trucks. GMS is actually a little bit bigger than KBM if you look at it in one way, because they got 5 trucks full time, 1 ARCA car, and they have the program with the driver edge development that's been a huge help. But like last year, everything was new for me. I didn't have a lot of experience. My first mile and a half, first super speedway race were all last year, and there was a lot of new, no practice, no qualifying. So KBM and Kyle Busch has done a good thing for me in the past. Toyota has been a huge help in my career, but this year we just needed a change. Just needed to go try to something different and see how we do. And GMS so far has been a great help and a really great opportunity for me and I'm gonna make the most out of it. I'm gonna try to make the most out of it. But so far, I like both places. KBM was kind of I've been there in Super Late Model, in Truck Series, so I knew everybody in the shop, and it was they were all friends for me and family. And now to switch to GMS, everything is new, but I still seen those guys before and talked to them. My crew chief, Chad Walters, I knew him a little bit from seeing him at the track, but now that I'm working with him, everything is new, but it's been really good, and I think the adaptation's been quick, which is good.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. You see a lot of times where guys will struggle or maybe not progress as well with changing teams, especially in changing manufacturers too. But definitely off to a good start so far this season with it. You definitely had some strong runs. Unfortunately, not quite exactly what you wanted, but hey, they're looking good out there for sure.
Thanks. We'll keep on working. I mean, we showed that we had speed. We just need to finish it off.
Yeah. Anyone else got anything?
We were just talking about the lack of practice in qualifying this year. I just wanted to know if you were a fan of that or kind of give your thoughts on it, because I know it really depends on who you ask whether they like it or not.
I mean, last year we spent the whole year with almost like 21 races out of 22, 23 with no practice and qualify. I'm sure last year I needed those practice laps and those qualifier. It would have helped me, that's for sure. But this year, I mean, I would have liked to run more practice and more qualify. But it's part of it. I mean, NASCAR, at least we're racing. That's the goal is to race, and if we can practice, but we can race, I'll take it. But practice and qualify would have been, I think, is always better. Especially like me, being seventh in the championship, but I actually finished 23rd and 26th, and 26th last weekend, which is gonna put me in like 15th place starting spot, I think. So the starting spot, I think we got enough speed to start in the top five. We're gonna have enough speed to start in the top five every week, but because of a wreck or something the weekend before, it put us way back there. So that's what kind of is not cool with no qualifier, but we just got to deal with it, and it's the same thing for everybody.
Yeah. You've been doing really good this year. I just want to say that. I was at the Daytona when you ran the oval a couple of weeks ago, and I was a big fan watching you up front. It was really cool. And my question is, was there ever a driver growing up that influenced you the most to become a driver?
I would say at first it was my dad, 100%. But once I started watching more and more NASCAR, it was always the Jeff Gordon, the 24. I was a big fan of him. He was always super fast, fast in anything he jumps in. So it's been, he started in the old generation cars, and every time there was a new generation, you see some guys that can adapt to it, and some that are having trouble adapting to it. And Jeff Gordon was always up front, even if it was a new generation, and at the end of his career, he was still winning. So that's a guy that I think it was definitely one of the best. I would say now that he's retired, I was a big fan of. I'm still a big fan of Kyle Busch, Kyle Larson. Kyle Busch is just that I've worked with him and I've seen what he does and what he knows about the race cars, and it's crazy. Kyle Larson is just he's amazing. I mean, he jumps in anything. He can race and wins in anything. You look on dirt, his third race in the super late, he won by 15 seconds. It's crazy.
Yeah, you mentioned that you're a Jeff Gordon fan, of course. How does it feel like driving a 24? Of course, the truck series, but like you're driving like such like an iconic number.
Yeah, it's been really cool. I mean, when I was looking at the number I might have, I was hoping for the 24, And I was really happy and excited when I saw that because being a Jeff Gordon fan, the 24 is a pretty iconic number in NASCAR. So I hope I can represent it well in the Truck Series.
Oh yeah, for sure. I know I just thought of one. Do you guys have any other ones at the moment?
I don't have any right
you
now.
can go ahead. Yeah.
No.
you're good.
All right. So if you were to pick out of the wins that you do have in your career from when you first started all the way up to now, does Talladega stand out, or is it another one like far and above the bigger one?
I mean, Talladega stands out, that's for sure. It was really special to win a Truck Series race, and it kind of proved myself that I belong in the series. I still think I got a lot to prove, but another win that actually was really cool was my first win in the United States in Pro Late Model during the Speed Week in Florida. In 2016, I was 14 years old. It was my first win. I was with David Gillen Racing at the time. That was really special. I couldn't speak English, so my interview was terrible, but at least I won the race.
That's the most important part. You just got to finish first.
That's right.
I don't know if if you just want to tell us any crazy stories or stuff like that you've got. I think we're all out of questions that we can think of right now.
I got a funny one about New Smyrna, the Speed Weeks when I was 14. I was driving with David Gillen Racing, and then the second night we got in a big wreck, destroyed the car, and then the guy at the racetrack that was towing my car comes at me and asks me, where is your pit stall at? And I thought he was asking me, where are you from? So I said, Quebec. And the guy looked at me like, what? And my crew chief was behind me, and he started laughing. And he was like, man, you better start driving now.
That's great.
Oh,
That's
awesome.
honestly awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a couple of stories. Like, I thought I was saying awesome. My first interview, I thought I was saying my team was awesome, my car was awesome, but I was saying my team was handsome, my car was handsome. That's all I said. So.
Oh,
That is great.
That's awesome.
Yeah, a lot of people were like making joke and still makes joke about that. Like, oh man, you're so handsome. I'm like, come on.
Oh.
You're never gonna be able to live that one down.
Yeah.
That one's gonna stick for a while.
It was pretty funny. I mean, I had no idea what I was saying, but at least I tried.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know what you were trying to say. That's the important part.
At least it wasn't anything bad. It could have been worse, honestly.
Yeah, I could have think of a couple of different words instead of handsome when you're trying to say awesome there.
Yeah, at least I didn't say anything bad or make it seems like I was saying anything bad. It could have happened. Just have to be careful.
Yeah.
They would have seen a 14-year-old kid and be like, why is he saying that on TV?
Yeah. Now I know a little bit. I know my English a little bit better. So
Yeah, your English is almost
your English is perfectly good,
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to get better. Still got stuff to learn, but when I talk about racing, I'm good. If I talk about anything else,
Oh man, sounds like Troy.
Yeah,
That's
it's
true.
true.
That's
Troy
Yeah.
talks about anything else and he doesn't know what's going on at all.
It's so
Troy
true.
can't even do basic English.
Yeah, I'm the same way in French. I'm not that good in my French classes in school were not my best. I can tell you that.
Yeah, I don't know. You guys have anything else for him?
I just want to say one thing that stuck out to me was I don't want to be known as the Canadian. I want to be known as a champion. Oh, that was actually so
That's a
good. We got a
line.
title.
You should
title
use
the
that
video
in an
that.
interview. Use that
Yeah.
next time you win. You got to use that in an interview.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a pretty good one. I mean, it's true.
Yeah.
That's what I want. I mean, I don't
Yeah.
want to be only known as the only Canadian out there. I want to be known as one of the best out there. But I mean, it would be awesome to be the first Canadian to win a championship in the truck series. That's 100% sure. But we'll work on it. Maybe this year.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
so far pretty good.
Yeah, you're
And,
Yeah.
looking
new stage
really
wins.
good this year.
Season started off insane. You don't have the finishes to show it, but everyone knows you're always contending for the win. Both races you were.
Yeah, it was. We had the speed. I feel really good because I think we got way more speed than I had last year, which is really good. Still got some stuff to learn, especially on mile and a half, like the next one, Vegas. But it's still different than short tracks or anything we do. So we'll see. Hopefully, we got good trucks and we can run off.
Yeah, just gotta survive the carnage of the truck series because you guys get wild sometimes, no matter what track you at. It could be a wide, very wide mile and a half, and you guys will still find each other.
Yeah, I mean this weekend I needed green flag lap to come back to the field, and all we had is caution.
Yeah.
It was hard to
Yeah.
watch, not gonna lie.
That was hard
Yeah.
to watch.
It was hard to be in the trucks during all those cautions.
Yeah.
For sure.
So like how was it racing the rain? Like, are you used to it?
It was my first time ever racing in the rain.
Wow.
Ooh.
That was your first time? You were a wheelman out there.
Yeah, when we won the second stage, it was still pretty wet in the infield, like really wet, but it was drying out in the banking. But it was crazy. I mean, I could have done a better job, but I wanted to play it safe and keep the truck on the racetrack, because if you get off the racetrack, you see so many cars get stuck or get the splitter rip off. So you just had to be careful, and there was definitely more grip with the rain tire than I expected it to be, especially on their braking. But like on exit and middle of the corner, you're on ice. It almost reminded me of driving in the snow, like I said earlier. It was no grip at all.
Yeah, I know what driving in the snow is like. That's never any fun.
Yeah. If you got good tires, it's not bad, or a big trucks, something like that. But 4-wheel drive. But if you're in a small car or only rear-wheel drive, the snow can bite. It can bite you.
Yeah. Yeah, I've almost had that happen a couple of times this winter.
Yeah, it's always a challenge. I always took it as a challenge, driving the snow. That's what I grew up doing, and I love it. It's a challenge. You get to keep it straight and keep your speed up. You don't want to go too fast, though, but you don't tell nobody.
Yeah, I mean, all right, but are we fully out now, or we
I
still
think
got
we're-
some more?
I think that's it.
Shout out your social medias and this and that, where people can find you.
Yeah,
That'd be awesome.
People can find me on Raphael Lessard on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Raphael Lessard Racing.com. You can, if they want to, we got some new merch that just came out. People can order on my website. So that's really cool. I know a lot of people were asking if we had any merch available and t-shirts and stuff, but now we got some. So that was pretty exciting to have. I know there's a lot of people that have bought some so far. So hopefully we can sell some more and get some new stuff really soon.
Yeah, for sure.
I'll have to get some stuff on.
Yeah, I'll have to get some stuff for sure.
I'll get it.
GMS hat looking really good right now.
Kate and I will wear it at Motorsport.
Yeah, we'll take a selfie with you.
Dude,
It'll
if the
be
border
angry.
opens, I'll definitely go to Motorsport. That's for sure.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope we go to Motorsport. Last year we didn't get to go, but I hope we do this year.
That was pretty sad. I was looking forward to going because I mean, obviously it's good racing almost every year.
Home track.
Yeah, it's
That's what it is.
crazy place. My first time there was pretty good, but that track it's weird. There's some weird corners, that's for sure. You can't even see where you're going.
Yeah. On the downhill
Yeah,
into the
Yeah.
left, that looks hard.
it's a cool place. I mean, hopefully, I think it's the last road course we're doing this year, so we should have experience from Watkins Glen and Circuit of America.
Yeah, for sure. Well, it's definitely awesome having you on with us. We definitely had some good laughs from some of the stories and some of the stuff
Yeah.
you told us.
Yeah,
this
it's
was
awesome.
great.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah,
Thank you so
for
much
coming
for
on.
like joining
you
and
for
stuff like
coming
that.
on. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you guys, and I gotta go do some stuff, but thanks for having me on your show.
Yeah, no
thank you.
problem.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah.
And good
Yeah.
luck.
Oh,
the
that
rest
was
of the season.
awesome.
Yeah,
We'll,
look.
Hopefully we can get a checker flag at Vegas.
Yeah.
for
yeah.
sure.
We'll
You're
be
definitely
rooting
gonna
for
break
you.
through soon. I see it coming.
Yeah, I'll work on it.
Yeah.
All right.
See you guys.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
See ya.
Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, sweet.
Hey,
That
That was
I
sweet.
don't want to be known as the Canadian. I want to be known as the champion. Oh, that.
So are we doing the just like weekend review now?
Yeah, we can get to doing what we
that was like
normally do.
30 minutes or something like that. So
That was
Yeah,
good.
that
That
was,
was.
we got a lot out of
that
that.
was about 30
Yeah.
minutes.
This is gonna be a hard episode to beat.
Yeah.
All the craziness
I
of
mean,
the
yeah.
Daytona Road Course and on top of Lessard, that was insane.
yeah.
dude, that was great having him on. That was a lot of fun to be able to
That was
just talk with him. He was definitely. I'm happy that he was as open as he was. Like, that was great.
Let's get into the weekend. So, what was your thoughts on the weekend?
I thought it was really
chaotic.
Good. I thought it was a
Really good and
weekend.
It
chaotic.
was insane.
This weekend is going to keep the Daytona Road Course on the schedule just because of the weekend it had.
Yeah, but I'm
As a
glad
road
though.
course
After
hater?
watching this weekend, I'm happy now.
As a road course hater, that was one of the best weekends in NASCAR that we've had in a while. Overall, by far, no bias, a little bias.
A little.
Two Gibbs winners to throw that in.
all three series have a Toyota win.
Now
The truck race.
Longest
It
truck
was
race ever.
Yeah, it's literally the longest truck race in the history of the truck series. So that pretty much says it. And it was raining pretty much all race, and it made it really fun in the beginning, well, most of the race. There's a lot of passes for the lead. You know, we had Nemechek. He took the lead early, and then Creed took the lead and stuff like that. Forget who won. Oh, so Nemechek won stage 1. And it was pretty pretty quiet stage 1, I guess. Besides the rain, like caution wise, it was pretty quiet. And then Lessard led the last 5 laps in stage 2, and he won stage 2. So that's his second stage win of the season. So that's really cool. He's doing really well.
Yeah, we just talked
Love
to him
to see
for
it.
Yeah,
half hour.
we just talked to him.
Sweet.
I wonder what he thinks about it all.
I don't know. He just told us.
So lap 24, Nemechek has a mechanical issue or something. I forget what happened exactly.
He ran out of gas.
Oh, he ran out of gas.
Had
Electrical issue.
I thought they said he ran out of
he
gas.
had no
right?
power. He had
No
no power.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
there was a caution because he was stopped on the track, but he got back going eventually, and he caught up and everything.
Yeah, he rebounded really well. Wait,
Yeah.
what did he finish? Like he was third?
He was third. Yeah, third.
Yeah. So
Tale
of 2 races for sure.
And then, it was kind of quiet for that. Ryan Truex and who's the 42? Hocevar? They got together.
Yeah.
Teammates.
Teammates. And then on lap 38 was one of the bigger crashes between Moffitt. Was it a 51? Oh, that guy, like Chase.
Parker Chase. Yeah, he's a road course.
Zane Smith.
Yeah. Oh, he did really good in the beginning though. Like he started like mid pack and he got into the top 10. So
yeah, I thought the race was The race was good until like the last few laps.
Yeah.
Like, those cautions
Yeah.
were painful.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't help that the track takes like 2-3 minutes to get around under caution. That's just one lap. It's tedious just to sit there.
They're like 55 or something like that. So it's closer to 4 minutes by the time they're actually around.
Yeah.
It felt
Holy.
like a long time.
Yeah, and then lap 43, we had a caution with Tanner Gray and Sam Mayer. And then lap 46, after one lap, we had a caution between Austin Wayne Self and Todd Gilliland. And then we go by another restart, and then there's a caution for Jennifer Jo Cobb being stopped on track in the infield, I believe. And then we have our green white checker that finished the race, and I think it was between Ben Rhodes and Sheldon Creed, and I believe Creed was leading actually, and Rhodes passed him on the restart, around the time of the restart, and that was the move of the race pretty much. And Rhodes went back to back on the Daytona pretty much.
Yeah.
A caution came out in the last lap for who's the 44?
That
Jet
was
Noland.
Jet Noland.
Yeah. He was stopped on the front stretch, so there's a
Should we mention how Ben Rhodes was like super close to winning, but NASCAR threw out the caution for whatever reason? That was just
the man was less than a truck length from the start-finish line, and they threw a
almost
caution.
there, and they threw the caution. I guess
that was ridiculous.
I mean, it's fine because he still ended up winning, but like
you,
it still kind of sucks.
Yeah, if you got to throw the caution, you got to throw the caution. But I feel like at that point, you guys have to let it slide. He was like so close, and like how many that we had already gotten a couple restarts in overtime at that point. I feel like they should have just let it go.
There was like
the third? There was three.
There's three.
It worked out well that Rhodes won anyway, because if he didn't, there would have been a lot more controversy surrounding that call.
Yeah.
Notable
finishes. John Hunter Nemechek bounced back to finish third. That's not bad. Todd Gilliland fourth. He was quiet all night. I don't think we heard much of him. Did we?
No. He kind of just minded his own business.
He was pretty quiet at Daytona too until he got caught up in that.
He was involved in one of the cautions, so he rebounded. So
Riley Herbst fifth.
Yeah, Riley Herbst was actually, I think
Herbst was up front for a tiny bit, wasn't he?
He led one lap.
Herbst was up front for like the whole race.
Oh, yeah, he was up front.
No, but I mean like up front. I mean like leading.
Yeah. He only led
one lap. But hey, good performance.
Crafton sixth. Derek Kraus, who was running like 20th all race, bounced back to finish 7th. Kaz Grala 8th. Timmy Hill 9th.
Just gonna bounce over Kaz Grala.
Yeah.
The man's in a one-off truck start for.
Well, I mean, so was Herbst. Herbst was in a one-off too. Yeah, it was Young's.
Yeah, it was Young's. He ran top 10 all race. He was almost top 5. I think he was top 5 at some point. So. Go on.
Some other drivers, Stuart Friesen barely misses. Carson Hocevar, I'm pretty sure he was involved in a wreck, wasn't he?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, half the field was in a wreck, so it ended up not mattering.
So, yeah. Our boy Lessard, 26, he ran top 5 pretty much the whole race until he got damaged.
Yeah, well, yeah, I was explaining. It wasn't his fault. But.
There was a couple wrecks. There was, who was that? That Zane Smith would wreck out. So would Spencer Boyd, Jason White, Sam Mayer. I'm pretty sure that's it.
Yeah, Sam Mayer wrecked out. That one was kind of sad to see. But also, I've never really. No, he didn't win ARCA's road course last year. No, he wasn't. No, he was eligible to run that, I think, but.
I don't watch ARCA.
I don't even remember him racing it last year, but I've never seen him run road courses.
He was full time, wasn't he, in ARCA last year?
It's ARCA East or something like that.
He wasn't. He wasn't full time because he wasn't. Okay. Or in the national ARCA series, he wasn't full time because he's not even 18 yet. Still.
Yeah. Oh, Self won ARCA road course last year, I believe.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Because he was battling with Gibbs the entire race.
Yeah.
Speaking of Gibbs, that's a perfect segue into the Xfinity race.
No, we have to talk about points, bro. Even though it's still early on, we still have to mention points.
The points don't even
yeah.
Well, when there's only 21 races left in the truck season already.
After back-to-back wins,
Ben Rhodes sits on top, but John Hunter Nemechek is barely behind him. He's 9 points behind him. The Rhodes has
No
won both races. That's surprising.
Well, Ben Rhodes
Sheldon
hasn't really
Creed,
done anything in the
Chandler
stages.
Smith, Matt Crafton. Hocevar is 6th. Lessard 7th. Cody Rohrbaugh.
Rohrbaugh, I think. I don't know how you say his name. but
Yo, oh
I'm
my
not
god.
I'm not sure if he's full time anyway. So I don't know if it's
Robraw?
They say like
Rohrbaugh.
Rohrbaugh. I don't know.
Okay,
I
well,
mean,
he's 8th.
the points especially don't mean a ton because like we had a
Yeah.
super speedway and a road course. Like it's two pretty
Johnny
unpredictable
Sauter
track
9th.
types.
Todd Gilliland 10th. I think that's pretty much it. Corey Roper
Todd
hangs
the
on to 13th.
God.
Super Start batteries 188 at the Daytona Road
We gotta
Course.
talk about the Allmendinger and Cindric
All right,
incident.
so Cindric led early, and then a caution came out for something, and then Allmendinger
Fluid.
took the lead. Fluid. That's right. From
There's 2 cautions before that. There was the fluid on track on lap 5, and lap
We don't
12
really need
there
to
was a
mention
6 stop.
every small caution. Though.
Oh yeah, because
There
Vargas.
was the 6.
Just hit the
Yeah.
high points.
All right, so Allmendinger took the lead in the middle of those 2 cautions, I remember, and he was leading, and then a caution came out with like 3 to go or something like that in a stage. So I think it was literally like a 1-lap shootout or like a 2-lap shootout or something like that. And of course, like we all knew, it was against the Roadrunners. So Cindric was right on Allmendinger's back bumper, and he had the run coming out of the front chicane, and Cindric Allmendinger blocked him, tried to block him, but like once he saw that Cindric was inside and he had a good enough run, I feel like it was too late and they pretty much hooked. Because like if you look at the front view of the wreck, you saw the Allmendinger's wheels all the way turned to the right to like get off of Cindric, but they were hooked. So Allmendinger turns into the grass and gets splitter damage and engine, all that. His day was over pretty much. They tried, but like he barely made minimum seed.
Herbst was in that accident too.
Yeah. He tried to avoid it and he just killed his car in the grass because going to the
he was
grass
either nailing Allmendinger in the door or going through the grass. So I mean,
or could follow everyone on the high side.
He was already on the bottom. He was like
yeah, and then Cindric got damaged to the right front, but they cut it all off and he was pretty much modified.
That actually did a lot for the car. It cooled the brakes extremely quickly because the whole like thing of the car, the whole like front bumper of the car, the one side was open, so it was like an easy brake cooling. I think that was intentional. I think Cindric cheated there.
Okay. Anyway, no, the real reason that worked out for him was because the long run, like you said, the right front brake, good English, Chris, would be able to stay cool a lot longer, and same with the tires. So when guys were using up their tires, that's when we saw him absolutely march through the field in the second stage to get all the way up to what do you get to, 7th or 6th or something like that?
Yeah, around that. But
I think he got to 4.
Yeah, stage 2 starts. There's a 25 lap run.
Stage 2 was all Ty Gibbs. That's when Gibbs pulled ahead by a decent amount.
Yeah, he passed Burton. It was a little bit of battle on them. I just passed him and ran away with it. And when he took the lead, I'm like, oh, that's cool. He's leading his debut, It's not gonna last that long, but like that's neat.
Bad prediction.
Not gonna last that long, yeah. You probably honestly said that. I wouldn't be surprised.
I said it in my head. I'm
I
like,
know
well, this is cool, but like, there's no way he's winning in his debut.
And we would get the 48 stopped in turn 5. That was lap 39. That was with what, like 6 to go? This was with close to go, 10 to go, 20 to go.
No, not 20. I don't know. I don't know the exact.
That's when Cindric started gapping Gibbs because the tires were starting to wear out.
Yeah, and then there'd be another caution for debris, and then on lap 54 there would be a big wreck. The 61, that's
Stephen Little. I don't know how you say that. Light.
Yeah.
I think.
The 52, the 92, the 17, the 2. So all pretty much back markers.
Mike
No,
Sniper.
Myatt Snyder was
He
up front.
ran
top
He threw
10
it
all
into
day.
he threw it into
I
the
forgot
tires.
about Myatt Snyder. I'm
Yeah,
getting used to this.
that was on the restart, and it was pretty much like everyone checked up, and there's a lot of cars spinning, and a couple guys wanted to join in for fun, take a ride through the grass.
Ty Gibbs would run away with it. Man, in his first career start in the Xfinity Series, gets his win. How old is he? He's not old at all. He's like 18.
18.
He's
Yeah.
barely 18.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
First ever
really
race in any of
cool.
the top three. Like
There was
he hasn't even done
also-
trucks
But
yet.
yeah.
there's also a wreck on the restart between Paluto, Allgaier, Gregson, a couple
Paluto
other
was
guys
Yeah.
too. I
seventh.
think Jeb was Jibber in that? No, he finished fourth. I forget who else was in that crash, but it was some big names that were
Yeah,
top
Grayson
15 all day.
starts the race 3 laps down, manages to finally get in the top 10 with like 3 to go, and then just gets destroyed.
He
Well,
got
it
clipped. He
wasn't
was
his
so
day.
close.
It wasn't his day.
My look on
Yeah.
it, when he got wrecked, I'm like, we were just meant to finish like 33rd. I swear.
I mean, he kind of jinxed himself with his tweet.
with his
earlier in the
tweet,
day.
yeah. He's
Yeah.
like, can't wait to be top 10 exiting turn 1 on lap 1.
Yeah, it's like, all right,
Mitch jinxed
about
it.
that.
It literally took him the entire race until the scheduled last lap to get there, and then overtime he gets killed.
Yeah, Ty Gibbs wins, so that's cool. He's first time in any of the 3 national series, so I think we got to watch out for him. I think a lot of people wrote him off as grandpa's money, and he's not going to do anything with this, and he's just going to be another Gibbs car that's going to get a guaranteed ride. Well, I mean, he might deserve something now. I mean, he beat Austin Cindric on a road course.
Yeah,
No one can do that other than Allmendinger. That's insane.
Yeah, that was true. I mean, I think a lot of people, yeah, like you said, wrote him off just because his last name's Gibbs. But I think they also needed to realize he raced half the full ARCA season. Oh no, he missed whatever big tracks last year in ARCA because he wasn't 18, and he won 6 races.
Mm-hmm.
So he ended up like
He's got
4th or
talent.
5th in the points because he just went out there and
Because it's
dominated.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
'cause
it's
it's ARCA.
definitely it's still early, but like if he could repeat what he did or even come close to it, I could see him being an Xfinity as soon as next year.
Oh, wouldn't be
I
surprised.
hope they don't
whatsoever.
do that.
I feel like they'd be
Just
rushing
because-
it, but
Yeah, that's
They-
the only
I
thing.
don't.
they could.
They'd be
I-
rushing it, but I feel like it's the most likely option that he goes to Xfinity full time if he does still.
But you
well.
could also give him a few years before you move him up. Like it doesn't have to be the automatic
saw-
number 2.
Yeah.
Just because of
I
how
actually
young he is.
saw this is supposed to be a one-off thing, but I think Parker's tweeted that he's gonna do 10 races next year this year, something like that.
It
Well,
makes
that-
It
sense.
wasn't
They haven't
announced,
really,
but I saw that.
I mean, they do
they
have to
haven't really
fill out
confirmed the
the other.
54s.
We all know
schedule.
he'll do better
We
than
know.
Truex at least.
No, he won't.
He'll do better than Ty Dillon will in the rest of the season after.
He's already done better than Ty Dillon.
Yeah, he didn't wreck himself.
Yeah. Austin Cindric second. That's pretty expected. Daniel Hemrick third. He was quiet all day.
Yeah, he was quietly really good.
I mean, I swear
Yeah,
we
I
never
feel like
we didn't
He
even
was
get to see
fighting. He was fighting for the lead at some point with Gibbs and Centric, and then he let Gibbs by, and they pulled away while they were battling.
I feel like he's gonna have a quiet year. I feel like people are gonna underrate Hemrick because we saw what he did in the RCR. I think he can. I think he'll win maybe 1 or 2 races.
Yeah, I
I
feel
mean,
like
he
we
better.
barely,
He's in a Gibbs car.
I feel like we barely got to see Hemrick last year, especially on road courses. It seemed like every
Yeah.
single race he did, he was always having mechanical issues or got in the accident that wasn't his fault and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm happy to see him do well because last year was tough.
Yeah.
This is good. He's got a lot to prove this year. I feel like if he can't make minimum round of 8, he probably won't be looking too good.
Yeah, he's not a young
He can't make
guy.
the round of
He's
8. I don't
30,
think he'll
right?
be. Yeah, he's old. He's like a veteran practically,
He's 30.
even though he
I
has
think.
no wins.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like Riley Herbst. Oh wait,
No,
How
like
old
he
is
has no
he?
wins
Doesn't have
across
any
all
talent.
3 series. Brandon Jones 4th, Jeb Burton 5th, Harrison Burton 6th, Miguel Paludo 7th.
That's
That
not
was
that
interesting.
surprising.
Performance?
That's not surprising. He's a
Underrated
road course
performance.
guy in a junior motorsports car.
Yeah,
Really
I'm
that
just
surprising?
saying.
yeah, but still,
It's
it's his
cool.
first race in what 8 years or
In a
something like
while.
that.
What was it, 2013?
2013
it was
is in
2013.
trucks.
Yeah, it was
I
in
don't know
trucks
about-
too.
I don't know about nationwide.
Wasn't that the year he got like missiles into the inside wall at Daytona? Oh
Yep.
my
He got,
gosh,
I- he
That's
got
what
a,
he's not.
no,
That's
no, he got a top 10 at CTMP though that year. So he's always been
Oh,
good
yeah.
on road courses.
That's kind of funny though. That's kind of funny.
Brandon Brown 8th. Justin Haley 9th. I feel like he ran top 3 most of the race. Did he not?
He was quietly in the top 10. People definitely didn't respect him being in the top 10. Like, not the drivers, but everyone else.
Jeremy Clements 10th. Other notable finishes, Myatt Snyder 13th. And then there was not much after that. Pretty your typical Xfinity race. Same drivers finished top 10. LeBay 22nd. What a man. Justin Allgaier 26th.
Yeah,
Ryan
he got caught
Sieg,
up in the wreck.
27th. Yeah.
Natalie
so-
Decker.
Natalie
Making
Decker
last
finished
race.
Right where we
last.
expected.
Natalie Decker.
Congrats to Natalie Decker making it one full lap. She made it one full lap with no incident. That
Wait, I
deserves
thought that was
so
on the
much
opening
more.
lap.
Can
Wasn't
we
that
talk
the
about
opening
how
lap?
Natalie Decker finished last and Riley Herbst finished second last?
Oh my god.
What do you?
God
I mean, the
damn.
Herbst one wasn't really his fault though.
Yeah.
No.
I think he's gonna do well. I think he's gonna make the championship.
He
Four.
better.
That's my bold prediction.
If-
Yeah, Cindric leads the points, no surprise. Harrison Burton, Hemrick, Brandon Moran, Myatt Snyder, Jeb Burton, Clements, Gibbs. Ty Gibbs is 8th.
Well, he's not full
He has
time,
the same
so
amount-
it's not even worth
yeah.
mentioning.
I mean, he's
Yeah.
past Justin Haley. He's
Who's the
tied with
eighth?
Justin
Who's
Haley.
the eighth full time guy? Okay, Haley.
Justin Haley. Then 9th is Brandon Jones. 10th is Kyle Weatherman. 11th is Joe Graff Jr. And 12th is
Wow.
Jesse Little.
So we're gonna move on to the Cup Series now.
We already started talking about.
I think the Cup Series. I think the Cup Series race was decent, not great. It was good, but not
was
that
great.
bad.
I think it's getting
It was
overrated
It was a
because
lot
Bell
better than
won.
last year.
That's
It was a
why.
Yo,
lot better than
okay.
last year.
So Logano didn't win, so life's good.
And neither did Chase. Woo. I'm kind of glad though that we didn't get Chase. I don't know. We didn't get a boring finish at least, like most years.
Well, that's
Chase
because
led-
NASCAR
Chase
has a
led a
manufacturer caution, but we can talk about that when we get there. Because I have some words to say about that. But we
And I had
gotta
some
get
words
there.
to say about
technically-
Christopher
It's a
Bell, but
stupid
let's not.
rule, but it's technically in the rule book. Like it's not
It
like
is
they
in the
just made it
rules.
up on the
If
spot.
they feel like they need to throw a rain caution, which I mean, some part of like the infield was getting wet, but the outfield of the track wasn't getting wet. So I kind of see why they did it, but I don't think there was enough rain where it would really harm anyone. And on top of that, no one even pitted for rain tires. So
Yeah, exactly.
He's pitted for this.
All right.
I'm
I'll
all
talk
for
about
the
that stuff when we
decision
get
if
there.
it means Logano loses.
who on stage
Right, yeah,
one?
just let Chris rant. He definitely
Chase.
wants to. Chris, just go on your rant.
Go on my rant. I can go on my
Yeah.
rant now. Yes, let's go. All right. Manufactured cautions, especially on road courses, do not need to be a thing, as well as stages. Stage cautions and stages on road courses are the most dumb thing that has ever happened in this sport. Why? You ruin everything about road course racing when you throw a caution. Like, especially one that doesn't need to be there. Caden, I know you're hating and don't like
Hayden, he's right.
boring
I
races.
think he's actually right about this. Especially, I don't like.
I think if
stages
they
in
want to do
general,
stage
but
racing right, they shouldn't
especially
throw
on
the
road
caution. They
courses.
should just let them keep racing. I think that would
They
be one
should,
way to
But
fix
then
stage
what's the
racing.
point?
They
What's the
did
point of having
that,
stages then?
especially on
Because-
road
because
courses.
that-
That'd be perfect.
I guess
Because
you
that
give them
keeps
points, but,
drivers
like,
on their toes too. That's like, so they don't go all. So like they race hard for an end of a caution, but like they don't like wreck themselves and like have some awareness because they're gonna keep going after it. Like
Well, we
in
saw
the,
a prime example of that in the
in
Xfinity race.
in the 80s, in the 70s and 80s, if you led the halfway point of a race, you got like 10 grand. So
Back when Chris
near
used
the
to
like
watch.
near like the halfway of the race, near the halfway of the
Rack 'em
race,
out, eh?
drivers would always like drivers always like race really hard, and once they hit the halfway point, they're leading, and then kind of like back off and go to a conservative mode. I think that's what it should do.
They just don't need stages and phantom cautions, especially on road courses. It's the most pointless thing and ruins all momentum of road course racing in the sport. Anyways, okay, I'm good now. Let's get out.
So stage one would end. It was pretty uneventful. There was 2 debris cautions. There was one on 3, one on 13. Chase Elliott We all expected him to run wild. He would win stage 1. Then 10 laps after stage 1 started, or stage 2 started, 8 laps, there was a wreck with Ryan Blaney, Ross Chastain in turn 6. That's the one. That's where Blaney punted Chastain into the wall, right?
He didn't even hit him. I swear to God, he didn't even hit him.
I think
It's-
Chastain just
it's-
tried clearing himself, and it didn't work out.
Chastain-
I don't know.
Chastain-
It has Blaney on here. That's why
Chastain
I
just
said
got
Blaney.
loose on the apron and overcorrected and went straight up the chair.
I wouldn't have mentioned
Yeah.
Blaney, but they just have it on here. And then that would be the final restart of stage 2. Stage 2 winner was
Hamlin.
Hamlin. Weren't those the same 2 drivers who won stage 2 stages last year?
Yeah.
Okay, that was
I
pretty
think so.
expected.
Hey, at least we got a
Um,
different winner at the end.
Then we got with what? How long was this race? Was this race 70 laps?
Yeah, it went the
Yeah.
scheduled distance.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. So there was 13 to go. They would throw the caution for rain. Chris already ranted about that. No drivers would come down pit road and take rain tires, so that's also good to know. So then there would be another restart. And then there would be another caution. Literally 2 laps later, 1 lap later. It would be the number 8 of Tyler Reddick.
Oh yeah, his car
Yeah.
engulfed in flames.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was bad. I'm actually
Oh,
surprised.
like,
that's I
uh,
forgot about that.
Yeah, and then like 20 seconds earlier, LaJoy forced Chase off the track.
There would be the 7, which is
Oh look,
LaJoy.
Corey
LaJoy.
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 Go
Yeah. Oh yeah,
LaJoy!
that's where the wreck came. That's why the caution came out. Forgot about that.
Blame
And then there was another wreck with Elliott where
He actually did. Elliott did just throw him
Choke.
into the tires.
pushing
Wow.
he was trying to be overly aggressive, which I don't blame him for being aggressive, but he was being overly aggressive, or he was just racing stupidly aggressive, you know.
I was about to say too. Can we
Oh,
talk about Larson just absolutely
Dude, Larson was
missing
so
that.
quietly good all day.
Yeah.
Like that man was
and
the
then he-
highest up
And
on
then he
fresh
chokes
tires.
it because he just dived on
Yeah.
his old teammate for a second.
That was hilarious. I saw him
Kurt
go
baited
for
him
it, and
into
I'm just
that.
like, what is he
He
gonna
did.
do here? And he just sends it right in, doesn't even make contact with Logano, goes right past him, right into the wall.
Yeah.
And then Kurt went through the grass. I forgot about that
Yeah.
too.
And then
That
this
was earlier.
this kind of screwed
Yeah, I
up
know.
Kurt. I'm not saying Kurt would have caught Logano, but that kind of screwed him up because Kurt had to check up and everyone behind him. And Logano kind
matter.
of like pulled away to the second.
Still finished like 4th.
I
But
don't know. I think Bell's car was better anyway.
Yeah,
coming to
Bell
the
had
white
fresh
flag,
tires, too.
Logano was leading. Logano had like a 2-3 second lead.
No,
3.5
not
seconds.
with one to go.
No,
One
not
to go
coming to the
was-
white.
No.
I think
I'm
it's down to
talking
about a
about
second
like
and a half.
I'm
I think it was
about
I think
Bell
it was
caught him
around
from 3 seconds.
I think it was
back.
around 3.5, and then with 3 to go, and then 2 to go is down to like 2.2, and then with the
Yeah.
white it was like a second and a half.
Bell made a move. He got to the outside. Logano kept trying to force him into the wall. Bell got to his
Not
outside.
really.
Not really. I don't.
He's
trying to
pinch
him.
No, he
Tried to
was trying to
pinch him.
pinch him so that Bell would back out. Which I mean, I don't blame him. He was
Yeah, we
racing.
didn't full on like try to send him. In.
Yeah,
I'm not
he
saying
didn't
he was
try
trying to
put him
wreck-
on the wall.
I'm not saying he was trying to put him into the wall.
Yeah, I mean,
You
missed
just
it.
said that.
I said he was trying to run him off the
That was
track.
No, you just said he was trying to put.
How is he gonna run off the track when the wall's there? Are we? Yeah, exactly.
Okay, then Bell got to his outside
Between
Went to
Caden
the
and Troy
chicane.
today.
and went around him. Christopher Bell, first career win. Yeah, that made me happy.
Yeah, and now Caden's
Honestly,
good.
out of-
Caden's way too overconfident with his Christopher Bell championship prediction.
Yeah,
He's
is.
gonna win it. I'm.
I
telling
can't wait
you,
until he
bro.
chokes because he like tries too hard in one race.
I wouldn't even call it a choke
Caden's
because he's
face
not
just went
expected to
straight.
win. For me, a choke is if like you're ahead by a lot or you're like a big favorite.
Yeah. So Christopher Bell would win
What I said.
with one of his probably worst scheme of the schemes that have been revealed. Logano second, third Hamlin, fourth Kerr after probably the most eventful day in the out
Yeah,
of anybody.
Brad.
he was.
Brad definitely had the most eventful day.
No. Kurt had a more eventful.
Kurt had it.
What?
Kurt literally went
Brad's
through
won
the
like
grass.
4
Yeah,
times.
Kurt,
They were pretty. they were
did Brad
both
go
pretty-
straight through the grass and not get killed by the splitter? Go for 27 all the way by strategy up to the top 5, and then block his way.
Brad was further back
to
than
fourth?
27, wasn't he?
Yeah. You're
No,
forgetting that
Brad's
Kurt spun
still-
Brad at one point.
Yeah,
While
but
they were both in the back. While they were both in the back.
Yeah, Brad spun twice, but still, like, Kurt had speed, and he was back to front the whole entire race. Brad was like back, and then like he used strategy by staying on old tires in the end to get to the front and get a top 10 or top 5.
Yeah, because he finished first. We all know that.
Oh wait.
Harvick.
Yeah, wait, pause. Do you remember when Chris sent the thing to the group chat about Harvick in the top 10?
We don't gotta talk about that.
Harvick's not
We don't
getting
gotta
a top
talk
10
about
this
that.
weekend.
Harvick's not gonna get a top 10. The likelihood of him getting a top 10 is like Jeff
Man,
Gordon coming
he
back.
literally ran like the cleanest and quietest race you could ever run. He literally
but
was
sometimes-
involved in
yeah,
like
but he got-
nothing.
He was the
Never-
only one like that entire
He was
race that
involved in
did
like
this fun.
completely nothing and kind of just like ran by himself the entire time.
He's better than what he did last year and in the clash.
In the clash.
At least
That's why I
Penske
wrote him
was good
off
last
so
year.
hard.
Michael McDowell. Oh no, AJ Allmendinger 7th. Good race for him. He raced pretty good.
He was top 5 until he had a speeding penalty, and then
Yeah.
Yeah, he was down in like 30 something at one
Yeah,
point.
Michael
Rebounded.
McDowell, the defending Daytona 500 champion. 8th.
Started off
So, I
the
mean-
race the worst way possible.
Yeah.
Ends
Yeah.
up getting 8th.
There is so much hype in the pace laps. He was like Michael McDowell starting 2nd, and then just start the race and he just kills turn 1.
His
He
controller
rebounded
disconnected,
well.
bro.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not like, I don't know. I think I haven't seen a ton about McDowell, but I feel like if there are people saying like they're so surprised, I don't know. I'm not that surprised. He's always been good on super speedways
been
and road
decent.
courses. So
He's been decent on road courses.
yeah. Well, I don't know. It
He's
wasn't
no
a tip-
workhorse ringer.
McDowell normally runs road courses like Harvick did this weekend, where you just forget he's there and then gets a top 10. But
I can't hear anything. Okay, that's great. Let's go, boys.
all right,
Let's get it.
Caden, Chris, just mute him and we can wrap this up.
Okay.
Can I mute him?
Yeah, just two. I gotta eat soon, so let me just.
All right,
Okay.
there we go.
Okay, so points. Christopher Bell and Michael McDowell got each win, so they're 1-2. You have Denny 3rd. He leads actual points, but without the win, he's not there. Then you have Joey, Harvick, Elliott, Ryan Priest 7th. Priest isn't full time though, right? He's only doing part time.
No, he is full time.
He's
Oh, he
full
is?
time.
He just does have a charter. That's why he wasn't locked in.
No, but I thought they said they were going back on that.
Oh shoot, that's right. They weren't completely sure because of sponsorship.
Yeah,
Maybe he might.
sponsorship's
Well, I
not
mean,
all
he's,
there.
he's 7th in points right now. I feel like at this point it would be worth, but we'll see what they do. Kurt Busch 8th, Austin Dillon 9th. Oh, he's tied with Brad for 9th actually. Then Cole Custer 11th, Kyle Larson 12th, Bubba 13th, Truex 14th, and then Stenhouse and LaJoy tied for 15th. Pretty interesting. You have Blaney and Bush outside of the bubble right now, but I mean it's still early. It's so early that the points don't even matter that much.
Yeah. All right, I'll unmute Caden now.
I thought this week was Miami.
This week is Miami.
This week
Oh,
So we're
right.
gonna
Yeah,
go.
sorry,
We're
it's
just
just
gonna run
Vegas
it
for trucks.
alphabetical order. So, oh no, how do we do it? Last week we did it.
It would be
Worcester
Caden, Chris, me,
first.
and then Troy.
So no, last week we did it worst to first. So this week again we'll do it that way. So first will be Troy.
Should I pick Dylan or Kurt? Because Kurt has the momentum. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch a tiger by its tail. If it hollers, let him go. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. My mother says one. Pick the very best one, and you are it. Red, white, and blue. I choose you. Not Kevin. Kurt Busch. I'll pick Kurt Busch for the.
All right. So then
Caden, it would be Caden next.
I'm taking Denny.
Yeah.
One. I don't think this is a no-brainer. I think this is a no-brainer. I mean, he
well,
won
you got a
last
good-
year.
You got a good lineup. The rest. Of
I got
the
a good lineup, and I'm
first
still
5
worse.
races.
Um,
Looking at who we have or who I have. No, Nick has had the highest finish between him and I.
Troy,
so
yeah, I had
he'll
the
go.
highest finish last week, so you can go.
Yeah. All right. So then I'll go with Newman. Yeah. I'll go with Newman. I don't trust the other two with what Jones has shown so far.
I guess I'll go to Benedetto. I mean, I'm saving Keselowski for Vegas, and Suarez is trash at L3, so I'll go to Benedetto.
Interesting. All right. Well, That's fantasy. Yeah, we gotta do predictions. We didn't even do that last week, did we?
No.
I don't even remember that. All right, so we just do cup, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Who wants to go first?
I'll go first. I think my prediction is going to be the driver I take in fantasy. I think Denny Hamlin will go back to back at Miami. I mean, he won there last year. He's always good at Miami. So, I mean, I don't think there's a reason not to choose him.
I'll go next. I think Kevin Harvick wins. I think he gets off the board.
I'm gonna say who did I have?
You had Kurt.
No, wait. I'm saying who did I have in my mind? Oh, that's on my mind. Oh, Chase Elliott is gonna.
Jesus Christ!
I was Troy getting so animated
he's
at the
gonna-
screen when I was saying Harvick.
he's gonna win. Redemption from last year. And he doesn't have the car now.
Well, I'm gonna go with the guy that's always said that he holds back whenever they raced at Miami because he was never in the Final Four, and he's gonna get his first win in the 5. Mr. Kyle Larson is gonna win his first race at Hendrick Motorsports.
Mr. Overrated.
He's not going to win. I don't think so. I don't think he wins.
You're just saying.
No, I don't
I can't
think-
wait until he wins, and then you won't be talking at all.
So I'll do it. One last thank you to Raphael Lessard for taking his time out of his day to come on and talk to us, answer all of our questions. He was really fun to talk to. Definitely had a lot of personality.
It was fun having him on. It was good.
Yeah,
that was definitely a lot of fun.
If he's down, we can have him on again. But
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's like next season. After
if he wins, we can get him on to talk.
Yeah,
about
after his championship.
After his
hopefully,
championship.
Hopefully.
For sure.
So that'll do it with the episode. Don't forget to follow me, the NASCAR Hotspot, and check us out Spotify, YouTube, and that Apple podcast stuff. Follow us, subscribe, like, leave a comment, or stuff like that.
Give us a review. Tell us if we're
Use a
shit.
review.
Tell us if we're good.
Give us some criticism too, because we're always looking to improve.
Yeah. And yeah, that'll do it. Peace.
All right. See you.